Crypto regulation is closing in. VeeFriends roulette is a thing. And we flash back to find the next utility for BookGames. I'm Busy NFT. You're watching all things Web3. The US government is moving closer to regulating cryptocurrencies, which has divided the community somewhat, but I view as a positive thing over the long term. This week, the SEC implied that they should have oversight over all Ethereum transactions, where transactions, quote, are validated by a network of nodes on the Ethereum blockchain, which are clustered more densely in the US than in any other country. This is an interesting stance to take and could pave the way for arguing that physical location of networks should be the standard for jurisdiction. I personally believe that regulation is inevitable and will enable mass adoption, certainly by countries and institutions. But I can appreciate the idea that crypto is the alternative to centralized control. Being in the US, if someone's going to regulate crypto, I certainly would like the US to take the lead. But this still has a long way to go, and no one knows exactly how it's going to shake out. Also this week, the US House Financial Services Committee is working on a bill to ban algorithmic stablecoins like Terra USD. The bill would ban the stablecoins for 2 years while more research is done to create a regulatory framework and enable banks and others to issue stablecoins in the future. What's ironic is that the chair of this committee, Maxine Waters, argues that this regulation is needed because stablecoins are not, quote, backed fully by reserve assets, which could threaten US financial stability. The irony is that the US dollar isn't backed fully by reserve assets and is instead backed by faith in the US economy. When President Roosevelt dropped the gold standard in 1933, the dollar devalued dramatically. Then, when President Nixon unpegged the dollar from gold in 1971 and created the fractional lending system, banks were no longer required to hold equal reserves for what they lended out. Basically, banks were only required to reserve a fraction of what they lended, which in most cases was about 10%. So at least there was some hard currency there in case things went terribly wrong. But in March 2020, citing a COVID pandemic, the Federal Reserve removed all reserve requirements from all banks, hoping this would support lending for individuals and businesses forcibly shut down during this time. Even with President Biden declaring the pandemic over this week,
but the pandemic is over.
The 0% reserve requirement has not changed. So what does this all mean? Honestly, I'm not really sure. But what I do know is there is a lot of interest and investment in cryptocurrency, and the US government wants their taxes. Either way, when regulation does come, it will likely bring more investment income with it.
You have to be bullish if you believe in regulation. That's my point.
And if you're bullish on VeeFriends, you gotta like hearing that Matt Kalish and GaryVee are at it again. This statement keeps on giving. It's not a stretch to believe that Kalish may have shown Gary a great way to monetize his IP in the online betting industry. The guys are continuing to deepen their partnership with the launch of VeeFriends Roulette on DraftKings Sportsbook Casino app. Betting anywhere between 10 cents and $5,000 per spin, the game seems to play like normal roulette you might find in a casino, but themed with the VeeFriend character universe. And yes, it is real money. We don't know what the royalty split is, but as with most casinos, the house always wins. Credit to @FlossBoys on Twitter for the picks. We have a breaking news announcement. VeeFriends gift code holders are invited to a private event with Gary and NBA Hall of Famer Shaquille O'Neal. There are only 555 gift code NFTs, and the event is in Atlanta on October 26th. The email said that the invitation is non-transferable, so if you can't go, the only way that you can share this experience with someone else is by actually sending them your gift code NFT to their wallet. With a floor of around 22 ETH, I probably wouldn't recommend this risk. Did you know that Gary hinted at this utility 8 months ago in January, at the time talking about burning BookGames? Of course, you know that we track all of Gary's hints and promises on this channel, and we've got the receipts to prove it.
Receipts, mother...
VeeFriend BookGames.
Receipts!
Ethereum is down to just under $1,300, and BookGames are up? Well, kinda. The BookGames floor price is up to 0.09855 ETH from a low of 0.07665 from just over a week ago, but the overall value of each token remains around $125 each. Koalas and ponies are at an all-time low near 2.5 ETH or about $3,000. Or you could snag a one-of-one time machine ogre for around $60,000. Only 15 of these exist and only 5 are for sale right now. A popular theory out there right now is that Gary is going to enable the ogre holders to take the 15 new VF2 characters and mint them as VF1s. Shout out to the BookGames Strategy Telegram crew for the photo. Speaking of BookGames, it's all but forgotten as Gary destroys paper hands. Let's take a look back at Gary's clues specifically about BookGames and dates. Okay, I get it. You're being patient. Good for you. Gary has given clues for those with diamond hands. Let's take a look into the future. Remember this oldie but goodie? Pies baking best in silver ovens? Something to look forward to in 2023. And 2023 is only 7.5 months away. And Gary has been calling out BookGames' mucho utility. He has repeatedly said that specials will come into play in 2025. I've personally speculated that Koala would be a nice ticket into Gary's 50th birthday party in 2025.
Excellent.
Wood gonna make a comeback in 2027. No one even knows what this means. But there will be insane rewards in 2035. How patient are you? So while you're down there clicking like and subscribe, let's share this video far and wide so we can remind Gary that Web3 is the future, BookGames is forever. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.